Alright, so it's time for 2024 to see what we got going on over here. Here we do have the yellow long neck. We transferred this into the big container, as you can see here. This was done last year, towards the end of last year, and it was completely root bound. And you can see that it has experienced a lot of growth on here. Unfortunately, while I was out of town, we had a lot of rain and it decided to grow a bit on the stupid side. And you can see that the branches are actually leaning all the way down. I would have preferred to actually have all the way around this shape, like going up everybody. But, you know, it is what it is. We're going to try to see what we can do at the end. Trim it up and clean it up nicely. It does have quite a bit of good fruit on it also. Here. So I'm very excited to see how these things play out. Right now, obviously, it's July. It's still towards the end of July, so we still got August and September. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll get some, maybe we'll not. And we do have the CD Ramada over here. This also has grown nicely, and it does have a lot of fruit on it. It did take a little bit of convincing, but we do have some fruits on it, and I'm excited to see how this plays out as well. Most likely this will also be a very late fruit because of the time of the year now where we're at and how far behind those fruits are. Then over here we do have the pepper plant. It's been doing a lot of work. We do have the Campanier. This was given by a tour. Very nice frat. It did have a little bit of initial issues with the FMV, but it has taken off nicely. And you can still see there's still remnants of some issues on the leaves, but you know, it is what it is. And we do have another pepper plant, and then we have the Angelito. The Angelito also suffered considerable slowness because of the FMV. It broke out in as soon as it rooted. However, it has taken on nicely, grown quite a bit of amount. We do have a couple of figlets on it, which most likely I'll break them off as time goes on. I haven't decided when yet. I should probably do it now, but we'll wait. And then we do have, you can see the FMV is still alive and well, but it has, for the most part, gone over it. And then we do have another pepper plant here, something, onions, garlic, something. We have like all sorts of stuff going on here this season. And then we have garlic, onions. We have harvested already quite a few amount of garlic, but this is what's still cooking away. And then we do have the Teramu over here, and it also has a lot of figs. We do have the Nakam Haven. This also has a lot of figs. This one is Figoin. It also has figs, but obviously it's running behind for whatever reason. Although we did have a big storm while I was out of town. It knocked over a considerable amount of trees and we lost a lot of fruit, so it actually had to do double work to regrow a lot of the fruit back. I was surprised actually it did grow any of the fruit back, considering how bad the damage was. And then we do have the Owensboro over here. This one also actually broke in half. We had two big branches coming out of it, but right now we trimmed it back quite a bit. And we got new shoots coming up, that's fine. But we do have a lot of fruit on this also. This actually also suffered a lot of damage during that windstorm. A lot of things were just rolling around in the yard when I was out of town. And we do have the Crema Frigola. This also was running behind, but you know, we finally do have some fruit on it, so we'll see how this bears, how this turns out, if anything will come out of it or not. Then we do have the white Madeira right next to it. It has some good amount of fruit on it. Another white Madeira, that also has quite a bit of fruit, so hopefully we'll get to harvest some of this. And then we do have the BFF. This also has taken on nicely. It's the first year tree, and shockingly it has put on a good amount of growth considering how far still we have left in the season to go. And here we do have the Chicago Hardy, and you can see that it has, you know, as usual, reliable, always productive, has quite a bit of fruit, and hopefully we'll get to see some soon. And then we do have the mystery over here. This is called a mystery because obviously it's a mystery. The person who had it lost the label, and it did have fruit, but we lost all the fruit, so we're waiting for a new round to come across once again, thanks to the big windstorm we had. And then right next to it we do have the Tina. This actually was given to me originally, or sold to me as an Olympian, but it hung around, did nothing for almost 3 years, 4 years. This would be year for number 5, and it finally has decided to put on a lot of fruit also this year. It took a little bit of convincing last year, but it decided to continue. I suspect this most likely was a tissue culture, which would explain the amount of time it took to fruit. And you can see how thick the trunk is on this. It's definitely time for a potting, but yeah, It definitely was a good surprise. The fruit, I actually like it. It's very light, refreshing. It's not overwhelming. It's not oversweet. It's not over, condensed like berries or anything like that. It's actually very refreshing fig, and I really liked it. And then right next to it, we do have the violet sapor. This also is very ball. It has done good amount of fruit on it, a lot of growth, and hopefully these will also start turning soon. And right next to it we have the sabai. This is also very nice, very tall. Actually, slightly a little bit taller than I am now at this point. And what do we have here? We have the I-258. We thought we lost it. It was a late bloomer, but it came back and actually did a lot of growth from what we can see over here. And then we do have over here the Palestinian Dark. Actually, there's the Violet de Bordeaux also in the back. It's always slow, takes forever and ever, but it does put out a very good amount of fruit, so a very good quality also. I love the taste of it. Uh-oh. We got a storm coming in. And then we do have the Palestinian Dark over here. We got several of these big boys growing. They're almost there. I'm going to give it probably another day or so, and we'll try to get them. And then we do have more over here ripening. And of course on this side we do have the BNR also over here. The BNR is also very loaded from MJ Figs, hoping to see we can get some good harvest on it. And we do have green beans, green beans, green beans. We do have the Adriano still hanging on. Some more green beans. We have the okra. And then we do have potatoes. And then we do have another sabai over here which we thought we lost, but after months upon months it just came back up. Pepper plants, pepper, onions, garlics, pepper, pepper, and then Dr. Gawadi. This is Joel Noor, pepper, 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 peppers, and more peppers. And then we do have the pomegranate, the Afghansky pomegranate. I don't know if it's going to make it. We did have one pomegranate, but obviously it dropped it. We do have a few flowers come across again, but these all seem like male flowers. I don't know. I don't see any female flowers on it yet. So they're really cool looking flowers, but maybe next year. And then over here we do have the, what is this? This is the CDD Gree. And this also was it suffered some damage over the storm, but it's back. And then we do have the lemon tree over here. Not much happening with this. It's just growing and growing, putting on a ton of growth, but no flowers at all. So we're going to try few things on it to see if we can make it do something. And then we do have the watermelon over here, the whole vine going over there, and you can see there actually is a watermelon hidden in there somewhere. Yeah, you can't really, there it is. And then what do we have over here? Let's see. So we do have this over here. This is the Constantine d'Alger. It has spread out all over the place. I suspect this most likely also is a tissue culture. The way it has grown, it refused to stay straight. It did whatever it wanted any which way possible, so I just ignored it, let it go. We'll do chop chop and fix it up later in winter. And then we do have the strawberry verte. This one was a gift from Vlad, so thank you. All right, we're back after the rainstorm, and looks like, okay, so where we left off. We do have strawberry verte, thanks to Vlad over there. And then we do have the raspberry latte over here. And then we do have, I'm forgetting the name of that one. That one, I believe, is actually the Spatafora Dark in the small container. And then buried in there, which I'm not going anywhere near right now because it's full of mosquitoes and all sorts of stuff, is there's a mission fig also buried in there, and there's a few other things as well. There's the ruby. Ruby is actually a seedling from California. It's unknown really, it's experimental. We're trying out to see what it turns out, if anything. It could just be a wild male fig, we don't know. But it's in there. I would love to go in there, but I'm not eager to get bit by mosquitoes at the moment. So we're gonna stay out of the mess that is in there. But yeah, we'll see what happens, what comes of it. But I'm very excited about the fig season. And there's another one right there standing out, obviously covered in nets. Covered it, put some bricks around for securing the perimeter. So hopefully it should work out. but that's on one side. And then we do have on the other side tomatoes and a few other things which we're kind of quarantining at the moment. We have a couple of Iranian honeys, and we also have a emerald strawberry also on the other side, and a desert king. But I don't want to necessarily go that far, venture in that direction at the moment, because it's all wet and mosquitoes are out, and it's that time of the evening where it's just time to head in. So, but yeah, that's it for now. Chicago Zone 6A out.